Hello Sahar, and welcome to my class today. Welcome to your EFT. Nice to see you in class today. As you can see, my name is Chris. I'm from Edinburgh. That's the capital city of Scotland in the United Kingdom. But now I live in Bali in Indonesia, which is very nice. Before I lived in London, and I loved living in London very much, but it was too cold for me, so I decided to move somewhere warmer. And I chose Indonesia and Bali, and it's a really nice island. Usually the sky is blue, the sun is hot, and there's lots of nice beaches and interesting people and very nice other islands close by to visit when I have some time off. I've been a teacher for about almost 2 years now, more than a year and a half, less than 2 years. I started off teaching as a classroom teacher in Scotland, and then I became a private tutor, and then when I moved to Indonesia I became an internet teacher. So I've done lots of different styles of teaching, and I really enjoy teaching. I think it's great. I get to meet a lot of people from around the world and travel, and it's very rewarding too. It's good being able to help people. So that's my introduction to you. It's very nice to see you in class today, nice to meet you. I'm going to give you a microphone so that you can introduce yourself to me. There you go, Sahar. How are you today? Yeah, nice to meet you too. I looked at your private lesson history before I started the class, and it says that you've already had an English fluency test. That was on the... when was that? That was on the... the 5th of November last year. So you had an English fluency test on the 5th of November last year, and then you're having another one now. Have you been taking lessons as well? I can't see any lessons in your history. Oh, okay. I see. So you want to check how far you've developed since the last one, I guess. Okay, no problem. I understand. Okay. Well, I guess you're familiar with how the fluency test works, as you've already had one. So let's take a look. Go back to the beginning here. Okay, so general interview is just us chatting, saying hello, and general chat, just to start the lesson or the EFT. Then we're going to have 5 minutes preparation time. Once you've chosen the topic that you want to discuss, and then we'll have the 5 minutes of role-play interaction. And then a quick chat at the end as well, just to discuss how you did and where I think you are in terms of what level and what I suggest you need to work on. And yeah, so as you've already done this before, I don't need to explain in much more detail, but so let's just go straight to the point of you choosing a topic for today's discussion. Let me just check what you did last time, so we'll remove that from the options. Okay, the teacher who tested you last time has not written what slides were used. Do you remember what slides you used in your last test? Can you remember what the discussion was about last time? It would have been, I'll give you the list now. Okay, so number 1 is restaurant, number 2 is hotel, number 3 is your city, number 4 is career, number 5 is travel, number 6 is hobbies, 7 is family, and 8 is business event. Can you remember which one you did before? Family, okay. Okay, so now you can choose from restaurant, hotel, your city, career, travel, hobbies, or business event. Which one of those do you think you would like to talk about today? Restaurant, okay, no problem. So I'm going to show you this page now. So basically, going to a restaurant, you're on vacation in the US, visiting some American friends. You're joining them for dinner at the Green Tree restaurant in your hotel at 8 o'clock in the evening. You have a dinner reservation for 4 people in your name. Decide which items you want from the dinner menu and speak to the waiter. That will be me. You have some special requirements. You want margarine instead of butter. Bottled mineral water, not tap water. You want to smoke but have no ashtray. There's a hair in your food. Complain. Ask if the tip is included, and you also want to pay separately. Each member of your party wants to pay separately. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to think about what you're going to say and think about what my responses might be too, so that maybe you're prepared for other possible lines of inquiry or dialogue. So I'll turn my mic back on at 13 minutes past the hour. That's 5 minutes from now, and then we can start the role play. If you have any questions, you can just raise your hand or speak. I'll have my microphone switched off, but you can turn yours on whenever you want, okay? I'll speak to you in 5 minutes. Good luck with your preparation, Sahar. Okay, Sahar, that's the 5 minutes preparation time over. So if you're ready, we can begin our dialogue now. So welcome to the restaurant. Please take a seat over here. What would you like to order today? Okay, and the same order for all of the guests? Okay, no problem. And do you have any special requirements? Okay, no problem. And what did you want to drink? Bottled water, no problem. Sparkling or still? Okay, no problem. And do you have any special dietary requirements? Do you have any special dietary requirements, such as do any of your guests have allergies or any special requests? Okay. Okay, here's your food. I hope you enjoy your meal. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Now, remember before we started, Sahar, there's these bullet points here, all these areas which you're supposed to cover during the interview. So while I was asking you about special requirements, that would have been butter, no butter, just margarine, for example. And there's also some bullet points here describing that you should ask for an ashtray and make a complaint about a hair in the food. Inquire about the tip and state that you want to pay separately. Yeah? So perhaps you could call me over and ask me some questions. Well, the explanation is here on the page. Going to a restaurant, and that's why you take 5 minutes to prepare. You have a look through the bullet points. You have some special requirements, it says here. Take a look at the bullet points and then use these as your guide to how the dialogue works. So you haven't yet made a complaint, asked if the tip was included, or inquired about paying separately. We have a minute left if you'd like to ask any of those questions. Absolutely, I'll bring one over as soon as possible. Is there anything else I can help you with? Service charge is included at 15%. Okay, well, thank you, Sahar. We have run out of time. So let's take a look at the last page. Congratulations, you've successfully completed the English Fluency test. We will now discuss your performance today. So, you're a very good speaker, Sahar. You seem very relaxed in your English speaking, and you have very good pronunciation too. I think the areas that maybe need work. I think you could benefit from comprehension skills, practice your listening, and also perhaps some sentence structure. There was a couple of times where your word order wasn't correct. But I think that you have a good enough vocabulary and a good enough knowledge of the understanding of how the language works that you will be able to find a way to express yourself. If you can't find a way immediately, you'll be able to find another way, so that's good. When it came to the actual dialogue, you had no problem asking the questions, finding a way to ask the questions or finding a way to make yourself understood. But your comprehension leading up to the dialogue, I think there was some trouble there, because when we did the dialogue, you didn't use the bullet points as pointers to how the conversation should go. But I think that was just a misunderstanding rather than a bigger problem. What level of class have you been taking since your last EFT? Yeah, what level is it? Are you intermediate, elementary, upper intermediate? Yeah, what level? Okay, I understand. Yeah, so I actually think that that's correct. I think you are an upper intermediate student, and I think that if you... I understand exactly what you mean about feeling shy and forgetting things, because I'm also a language learner. I'm learning Indonesian. I've been learning Indonesian for nearly 1 year, and sometimes the pressure of the situation is very complicated for me. If I get worried, I forget everything that I know, nearly everything. It's very strange, but so I understand that. But I think that you're definitely upper intermediate level, and I think that if you develop your conversation skills, if you get your confidence up, you will be able to move up to advanced. I think you're very good at expressing yourself. I think you could be a very good conversationalist. So I would suggest keep doing conversation classes at upper intermediate level for now. I think if you go down to intermediate level, I mean, it is up to you. If you think that your confidence will grow, if you do some level intermediate level classes, then that would be okay. But I don't think it's very challenging, because you'll find the classes are quite slow. Some of the students won't be as their English won't be as developed as yours, and so it might be demotivating. Whereas if you are challenged, then I think you'll develop further quickly, and that will raise your confidence in conversation settings. But the most important thing is just to keep practicing. I think that you'll have no trouble. Do as much actual talking time as possible. Watch movies. Use English subtitles on English movies, so that when there's a word you don't know, you can pause it, rewind it, and you get the spelling, the meaning, the pronunciation all at once. And that's a really good way to develop lexis and vocabulary, and also pronunciation, copying the pronunciation. And just for your general listening skills, I think that would be beneficial. Anyway, that brings us to the end for today. It was really nice to meet you. Well done today. And yeah, as I say, it's up to you whether you decide to go down to intermediate or up, or stay on upper intermediate. But I would suggest staying on upper intermediate, trying to just practice as much as possible. I think that the confidence will be the last thing that you need, because everything else you're capable. So once your confidence comes, your language will just flow. It will be perfect. Okay, so I hope that the rest of your day is good, and hopefully we can take a class together in future. If you want to book private lessons with me, I'm more than happy to work with you in future. I'll leave my email address with you. So that you can use my name if you wanted to book classes at any time. Okay? Take care, Sahar. Nice to see you today. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye bye.